Hi, ladies. We're about to go over the answers to homework number 5. That's the questions on Roger Williams in Rhode Island as well as Anne Hutchinson. And so you need to have your answers to homework number 5 out. You should also have your textbooks open to page 194, 195. If you don't have your homework number 5 and your textbook out, stop the video right now and make sure you have both of those out so we can go through the correct answers together. All right, number 1. Describe how the Puritans in the Massachusetts Bay Colony treated newcomers in terms of religion and new ideas. And so right at the top of page 194, it reminds us how the lives of the Puritans surrounded was just centered around religion. As a matter of fact, they wanted all newcomers to follow their beliefs. They didn't welcome people whose ideas were different. And as a matter of fact, if you had different ideas, they sent you back to where you came from, whether you came from another colony or whether you just came from England, they sent you back. You couldn't live in their colony if you didn't follow their beliefs. Question number 2. When did Roger Williams and his family arrive in New England, and what was his occupation? This one was pretty straightforward. Roger Williams arrived in 1631, right there on page 194, and he was a minister. He was a minister, a popular minister at that time. Question number 3. What 2 beliefs did Williams share with the people of Salem? And so at the top of page 195, it tells us that they believed that the church should be separate from the colonial government and free from the rule of the Church of England. So that's one belief. The second belief was that they also believed people should not be punished if their beliefs were different from those of the Puritan leaders. And so obviously, if you're disagreeing with the Puritan leaders and you know that the Puritan leaders don't allow people to disagree with them, they send them away, you know what's coming. In question number 5, what did the Puritan leaders do to Williams in 1635, and give details why they took this action? So, in 1635, the Puritan leaders voted to expel Williams. They took the action because they did not like what he believed in. As a matter of fact, his ideas soon became very unpopular with them. He was even taking the time to talk about it in his sermons. We see on page 195, he often stated his beliefs in his sermons and in letters that he actually wrote to the Governor Winthrop. And so that was not going to go well with the Puritans. They expelled him. Number 5, what group assisted Williams and what did he later buy from them? The answer was a group of Indians. The Narragansett Indians were the ones who gave him food and protection. And it was later on that he actually bought land from the Narragansetts and founded a settlement there. I believe that's one of the next questions. What was the name, number 6? What was the name of his settlement and what did it later become? And so in number 6, his settlement became the city of Providence, and it later on became the capital of present-day Rhode Island. And so there are a lot of dedications to Roger Williams in Rhode Island because of his settlement there. Question number, I lost my page here. Number 7, because their government was based on the consent of the people, what freedom did they receive? And so the answer there is they had the freedom to choose whatever religion they wanted to believe in. And that was found on also on page 195. Question number 8. When did Anne Hutchinson and her husband move to North America, and where did they settle? Also found on page 195. Hutchinson and her husband moved to North America in 1634, and they settled in Boston, in what is now Boston. Question number 9. On what charges was Hutchinson brought to trial, and what was the trial's result? Well, you did read about the fact that Hutchinson was preaching in the meeting house. She would actually preach the gospel, and Puritans didn't care for that, but that's not what she was brought up on charges for. If you look on page 196, she was brought up on charges of sedition, which is any type of actions or speech that causes people to work against the government. And she was found guilty. The last question, number 10, this is of homework number 5. What happened to Hutchinson and where did her family move? Well, she was ordered to leave the colony. She was expelled from the colony and even expelled from the Puritan church. And the second part of the answer, they moved to Narragansett Bay. They founded a settlement near Providence, and later on they united with Roger Williams and became the Rhode Island colony. So those are the answers to homework number 5. Look forward to answers to homework number 6. Thanks.